everyone, I've got a quick and satisfying toot for you today. Let's learn how to make a padded headband with crochet and an underutilized plastic headband you may have lying around. Let's discuss what we'll need. I have with me some sharp scissors, stitch markers, a darning needle to weave in our ends, and a slightly neglected plastic headband that's the perfect candidate for a renewal. I quite like the look of these satin padded headbands, and to emulate that I'm going to use some shiny category 3 bamboo yarn from Lime brand in the colour light pink. I'll also be pairing it with my 3.5mm crochet hook. I'll start by making a magic ring. I'll wrap the yarn over my middle and forefinger, hook onto the top left strand of yarn, pull up, and from the same top left strand I'll yarn over the chain 1 and follow that up with the chain 2. By pulling on the tail end of my yarn, you'll see that the ring can be closed. My chain 2 counts as 1 double crochet, so from here I'll work 4 more double crochet to total 5 in my ring. Now I'll pull on my tail end to cinch up my magic ring. I'm going to join my ring by slip stitching into the first double crochet I made. I won't slip into the chain 2. I'll follow that up with a chain 1, and that's round 1 completed. For round 2, I'm going to increase into every stitch using a single crochet. To increase means adding an additional stitch so that you total 2 stitches in every working stitch. I'll also be adding in a stitch marker to the first stitch of my rounds to help me maintain my stitch count. Adding an extra 2 stitches would make my grand total for the round 10. Don't worry if your work seems to curl in on itself, we want it to do that. Once I've finished with my round, I'm going to work continuously in the round in single crochet and add my stitch marker back in place to help me track the start of my rounds. At this point, I no longer need to increase. I'll just be working a single crochet into every stitch for the rest of the project. The only time this will change is when we get to the very last row to wrap up, but I can show you what that looks like when we get there. If you're following along at home, what I'd like for you to imagine is this is the sock that will be slipping over our plastic headband to provide that padded element. So you've got to make sure that the circumference of it will fit over your chosen headband. I happen to need 10 stitches. You may need more or less. I figured this out by trial and error, and that's an approach you can try as well. I see a little cup, or the beginnings of a sock. Maybe it's more like a sausage casing beginning to form. In any case, I'm going to continue on like this until I reach the length of my headband. Let us reconvene when I've made it to the other side. Welcome back! Check out this gorgeous little sausage casing. I've just tried this over my plastic headband and it's at a great length. What's left for me now is to finish the very last row. You'll remember that I started this project by working the 5 double crochet into my magic ring. It's going to end the same way. So I'll begin by decreasing my 10 stitches to just 5 as we started in the magic ring. To decrease, I'll pull up a loop in the next 2 stitches without yarning over. And then I'll yarn over and pull through 2 loops and yarn over again, pull through all the loops on my hook. I'll do that for the entire round, which should take me down to 5 stitches. I've got my 5 stitches here now. To close up this round, I'm going to slip stitch into the first stitch of my round and chain 1 to secure it. With that done, I'm going to sew up the small opening with my darning needle and weave in the tail end. And that, my friends, is how you can crochet a padded headband. Let me know if you give this tutorial a try and if you've experimented with an even chunkier yarn or a wider plastic headband as a base. I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you in the next Crochet Diaries. Toodaloo!